Welcome back to the RaidzBank podcast. This week is our Christmas special, and I'm joined by one of the most handsome men in podcasting. Poplo, what's going on?
Hello. It's very kind of you.
Yeah, well, you're a handsome man. I've seen a picture of you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Unfortunately, Hoyt is not here this week. Now, a little bit of a behind-the-scenes situation happened. So we recorded a lovely 2-hour episode on Thursday that was meant to be our Christmas special, and then something happened to my recording. It got corrupted, and we got cut short. So unfortunately, we have to run it back. And this time, we don't have Hoyt, so it's just me and Poplo.
He might have offed himself after getting the news.
It was it came through. I was at work, and yeah, I feel really bad because it was a mistake on my end, I think, but this kind of stuff happens. We're looking into a backup system, which we weren't running before, but these are those kind of kinks that, podcasts work out in their first months of getting up. I'm sure everyone's had something like this happen to them, so you know what? We'll come back stronger from it. I'm not really worried about it, and at least we can re-record this before Christmas. It's currently Saturday now, the 20th. So this should be hitting your ears on Monday, and we hope you enjoy the episode.
Yeah,
because it's going to be a jam-packed one. And yeah, Hoyt's not here, but since we got his takes for 2 hours on Thursday, we know exactly what he wanted to say. So we'll give you a little update on Hoyt as well. So.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Yeah, we're looking for a new editor since Hoyt just stormed out of the office. I don't know, said something about
Heartless sucking and making too many mistakes, and he's done. Yeah,
a couple Chinese words and then left. Yeah.
Oh my god. Deep cut. So what have we been up to this week? This is kind of where we start every episode. Poplo, you may as well get us started here.
Yeah. This week was mostly busy with work and stuff, finishing up things just before Christmas and the holidays. You actually have to get some stuff done like before the new year, especially
really
like
in farming.
Yeah.
What are you doing this time of year?
Well, the thing is in farming,
clipping trees and stuff.
Well, it's more like, okay. So a couple days this week were not too bad. I was out just delivering Christmas gifts for some of my customers, and that was the best days of just like, thank you for doing business with us, drop off a couple Christmas gifts with some of the customers. So that was really, really fun. But then a lot of the farmers, their like year end is also end of December. And so a lot of them are looking to, buy equipment or do prepays and stuff like that to kind of get their tax write-offs for this year. And so we try to facilitate a lot of that too. So that's what I'm mostly doing for work right now. But in RuneScape, the big highlight is I remaxed on the main. So I'm free from the sailing prison. Happy to be done there. Just salvaged my way all the way to 99.
Oh, hell yeah.
Great. What else? On the group Iron Man, we did a couple more TOAs and we got our second purple. I don't think I mentioned this yet, but we pulled our second shadow. No, I'm just kidding. That would be insane. We got a light bearer, so we have a ring to our name now.
Light bearer, the first light bearer, or the first 4 for you guys. They're great, best ring in the game, right?
Yeah, it's definitely it's like, you see a light bearer and you're like womp womp, but the first ones are actually crazy because I've like been just AFK chopping some yew trees while I've been at work and stuff like that, and using that for Dragon Axe spec. One of the guys is starting to dip his toes into like some Doom, so using it there. Just like it actually has a lot of uses that you don't really realize. So that was a really nice pull. We'll continue to do that, but otherwise Group Iron Man has mostly just been a little bit of Turiel boosting and a little bit of Shamans still here and there. I'm almost 3k without the Warhammer yet, but still going strong. Other than that, yeah, that's mostly what I've been up to this week. So nice. Yeah, how about you?
I robbed you of your 99 on the Lost episode. Poplo actually surprised us with 99 sailing on the main.
Yeah,
so
I sent it
I robbed
live.
everyone of that. Yeah, it's too bad. So congrats though. It's nice to be done.
Thank you. Yes, definitely. It was a fun little side quest, but we'll get into it later. But I have quite a few gripes with sailing.
So I've heard them, and I can't wait to hear them again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel pretty strong about my opinions about my. I feel pretty. They're based in logic and reason, if you will. Not really. Okay. But I feel ready to defend.
Based in anger. Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll drop the gloves. We'll drop the gloves later, but I don't have Hoyt to back me up this time, so we'll see how it goes.
Ooh, mono.
What have I been up to this week?
Yeah.
I'm off. Thankfully, I'm off for 2 weeks now. But the last week of elementary school, just school in general, was quite busy. We had a Christmas concert on Wednesday. I usually don't do a real life update, but it kind of connects to RuneScape this week. So because I haven't been able to play as much as usual. Yeah, we had a Christmas concert, and I end up doing all the sound system stuff for that. So given that, I was like quite involved, like before and after school. And then we have the late night on Wednesday.
Nice.
And then just report cards and making sure everything is sort of like touched up before the new year.
You're the sound tech guy, huh?
I've become sound tech guy because no one knew how to do it, and we had a new music teacher, and they had no clue. It's like, okay, I'll give it a go. Like, why not? It's actually been very fun. So I run a leadership club at the school for like just basically kids who are interested in helping teachers like do assemblies and like whatever, like make bulletin boards. It's pretty fun.
Nice.
It's basically like having an ideal class of 10 students who are just down for anything, zero behavioral issues.
Nice.
You can like trust them to do jobs by themselves, like go and do school recycling, or occasionally run like a tea cart for the teachers, so they can just do that by themselves. And it's pretty fun to work with that kind of invested student, I should say. So it's been a really fun club. I started it this year. But of course, I got the D&D club is starting back up in January, which is what I'm actually excited for. Nice. I know I got the campaign plan, so that's going to be something that I'll bring back in the chest rooms at some point. But
I'm excited for the campaign updates.
It should be a lot of fun. So
see if there's any more rivers to cross.
There'll be plenty. There'll be plenty. We'll see what they do this time.
That's great.
So I am done work, so that's nice. RuneScape wise, I've been salvaging mostly since I ended that bingo last week. That was pretty PVM heavy for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up salvaging a lot, and I'm up to like just about 89 sailing now.
Nice,
which is pretty good.
Yeah.
What else have I done? Oh, of course. How can I forget? I deep sea trawled. I did it. I pulled the trigger. I finished the boat. My God, dude, getting ray barbs. You need 8 ray barbs to make a cotton net, which you get at level 84. And that's the best fishing net for fishing marlin, which is really all I care about because they heal 24. And it's like the only thing in sailing that is actually affects the main game at the moment. So for that reason, I wanted to get the best thing. Well, one of the only. Oh, shut up. Stop. If you even mention clue scrolls again, you're done.
Oh, I'm going to.
No, please.
I'm still bitter.
Yeah, I know you. I can hear it. So, everyone, you'll hear Poplo's opinion on clue scrolls later, so we'll save that for now. Anyways, you need the cotton trawling nets, ideally, to catch these marlins, so...
Yeah.
I spent something like 5 or 6 hours going for 16 because you need 2 nets, one on each side of the boat. Dude, it sucked.
Oof.
I went through like 7,000 cannonballs and over 3,000 shadow charges. It was awful.
Oh my gosh. And are you just using the normal cannonballs, or what's the meta for irons, I guess? What level cannonballs are you using?
So I know there's this new forge. Have you heard about it on Grimstone?
I have heard about it. I've heard that it is not very good.
Yeah, it's not exactly efficient to make like rune or addy or anything higher than mithril, probably. So it's not great. I'm just using OG iron cannonballs, which is all I have. I have like 20,000. You kind of collect them I've never made any. You just collect them from like Corp.
Yeah, right.
Nex. There's a Wildy Slayer. There's a bunch of things that drop cannonballs. Zombie pirates. There's a bunch of stuff that like drops them. Mm-hmm. So
you've built up your collection.
Yeah, you build it up and then you like dwindle it down when you do certain things, but it usually is like fairly stable. Dude, it just shredded like a third of my stack.
Yikes.
Awful. They really need to rework.
The ship
They
combat.
really need to rework the ship combat. It's so weak right now. Like characters deal no damage, cannons deal no damage. It's not very intuitive to like. Hoyt was talking last week about like clicking on like a I was killing stingrays. I think clicking a stingray and then pressing the I so that the character running the cannon, the crewmate, doesn't see what your next action is, so they don't just stop doing what they're doing.
Yeah,
it's just a little annoying to manage. Generally, it's quite trash, and the drops are just they're so rare. It takes forever to kill stuff, but it's obviously on their docket to fix. So I'm not like hugely worried about it. They knew it wasn't ready when they pushed sailing. Like everything else was kind of ready, but they still need to polish up that. But there's no bosses or anything. So I think it'll come good, but they need to work on it for sure.
Yeah,
the damage generally is just too low. Have you done any ship combat?
No, I don't really have a reason to do it at this point. So no, I haven't. And just hearing that it's so bad, I know that like they sent out the batch of updates and they basically said like we don't want to touch ship combat yet because we're not ready to tackle it. We're gonna get these XP rates and other stuff like figured out first, but we're not even ready to like start touching ship combat yet because we know that it needs help.
Which is fair, right? Like I get that. So
yeah,
not a massive deal.
It's probably better that way than trying to do
they're
too
gonna
much
have to.
fast
They're gonna have to address it in Q1 because they're going to release some kind of ship boss. I guess the easy solve right now would just be to like increase player damage or like change the defense of monsters. Because if you don't know, it works differently on the ocean, so they're way tankier. And like things are capped against them, so you're hitting like maybe 10s max.
Yeah, you do reduce damage from yourself, right?
Yeah, which is super cringe sitting there in max mage, like hitting 8s, with a shadow. It's too bad, but there's just no chance I'm ever going to go out. I did Ray Barbs because, like, I'm going to talk about deep sea trawling in a second, but I did the Ray Barbs because I kind of had to, but I'm not going to touch any ship combat. I'm not going for the, like, niche upgrades, like, the hook from the white sharks is like 1 in 1,000. Dude, I would go through like 100k cannonballs.
Oh my.
It would be bad. Yeah. So anyways, deep sea trawling, I only did Marlin, which you need 91 fishing, 84 sailing to do it. I pimped out my boat as best I could. No rosewood, but pretty zoomy still. And I started ripping it. It's really fun. It's not click intensive per se, but you do need to be paying attention. You basically follow the Marlin from location to location. I think there are 7 of them. I'm not exactly sure. It's around there, give or take. And they stop in a location for 30 seconds. And you halfway through that, so after the 15-second mark, you basically have to move the net between deep, medium, and shallow. And then it's always medium in the second section, and it's always medium when they're going from location to location. So you get the hang of it after a couple loops, and it becomes pretty intuitive.
Gotcha.
I'm pulling 500 Marlin an hour, which is all I really care about, and
that's pretty good.
I'm getting about 75 bluefin per hour. So Marlin heal 24, which is currently best by 2. So it's a solid increase, and bluefin heal 22, which matches manta rays, but they also give 5 prayer back, so a little bit of bonus on top.
That sounds so good.
It's it's crazy. It's something like if you're a main, awesome. It's like 4 mil an hour right now. Potentially
just for cash,
just like for catching, because Marlin are going for like 7.5k each. They're so expensive.
Oh, geez, that's pretty good.
Anyway, it's
been a really fun 500
method.
Is a decent pull for 500 Marlins an hour.
Yeah, there's also a spam click method where you can like constantly spam click your trawling net. And it gives you a better catch. It's pretty janky, but it gives you a better catch rate. I've heard that you can get up to 700 Marlin per hour doing it, but it's way too click intensive for me. Like if I'm gonna skill, even if it's intensive skilling, like blood shard thieving, or in moving around on the ship and doing these like up and down with the trawling nets, I don't want to be spam clicking.
Right.
It's too hard on the wrist just for skilling. So I'd rather get slightly less per hour. But I hope they patch that and then they just make it a bit more chill. But dude, the XP sucks. It's so bad. It's 30k fish. It's 30k sailing per hour, give or take. Maybe 10k XP, depending on if you're spamming or not, and depending on what kind of hull you have.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is that with the extractor?
Yes. The extractor, you hit it when you can, but yeah.
Okay.
That's including extractor, so it's awful.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
not great.
And my rates aren't perfect, right? Because I've only done like a little bit of experimenting, and I've seen what other people have done. And the fishing is somewhere from like, so I'm giving you a range. Fishing is like 50 to 70k per hour, and then I would say 25 to maybe 40k per hour sailing. So it's quite bad.
Yeah, that seems like not worth it at this point for XP wise.
Exactly.
It needs a little bit of a tune-up, I'd say.
They mentioned they're gonna buff it, so I'm not super worried about it at the moment.
Mm-hmm. They just have to be careful with the like multi-skilling options, because I think that's the only option right now for getting sailing XP plus something else, right?
Yeah, it is. And I know Hoyt said that he's been doing the lower level ones because he's like a big clogger. He's going for the he finished the sea treasures log, and then he's starting to go for the trophy fish that come from the new trawling. So he's kind of working his way up from the bottom, which is, I think, probably a smart thing to do. And yeah, he says the XP at the down where he is, is all like truly awful. I think he's talking like 20k an hour sailing, and 16k of that is extractor.
Oh, that's so tough.
Which is, dude, honestly, they should take the extractor out back and kill it. They should make it like 25. I think the extractor is a cool idea, but they should not make it give this much XP. It's too much.
I'm fine with that now.
Every week. You fine with 16k an hour now? It's like a sweet spot for you?
No, I'm fine with them taking it out now. Now that I hit 99, they can take it out back and kill it. I don't mind.
Yeah, kill it. Kill off the XP.
But they got, like they said, they got to redistribute the XP,
but they haven't quite been. So
yeah, not quite yet. So,
but I'm pretty certain they're going to put some into deep sea trawling. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it being better XP. So I don't mind going and getting Marlin. I'm gonna go get a few thousand for sure, but it would feel better if I'm like, oh, this is actually decent sailing XP. Maybe I should do like 10 hours of Marlin and get like, maybe if I got like 5 to 800k XP, that would feel really good.
Yeah, but you're not
because it's good for the account. Of course, I'm not. That'd be more like 200k, right? If I got as much as I wanted, but
yeah,
it is what it is. I'm fairly happy with the actual skilling. Is really fun, and I'd recommend at least Ironman to give it a go. It's just it took like 10 hours to get the boat ready, so I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
But I like doing anything that helps PVM. I'm like down to do, especially with skilling.
So is that why you're going mostly for the Marlins, or did you just want to try it out?
I want them for PVM. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, will I use them? Maybe not. But PVM has gone very much towards hard food in the last couple of years. So I think Marlin will be more and more useful as time goes on. So.
It kind of has. So yeah. Have you completed Doom? I can't remember.
No, I'm not done Doom yet.
Okay, so you'll take them there at least, like for just your chill runs there, probably.
I'm thinking the more and more Doom I do, I might just hard food it, because I just need the boots. You can get them on any floor. I don't need to be going like past 16 every time and using all my brews, because I have almost no brews left. Like Next just absolutely, next the 20,000 I lost to Next has just like decimated all of my grinds that I've done and birds nests.
Yeah.
And I just don't have the heart to do birdhouse runs anymore. And I don't have the heart to kill any more giant mole. I've killed so much.
I don't blame you at all. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, when we pulled the helm, I was with you when I pulled the helm, right?
Yes, sir.
This is my last item, and we'd done like 500 duos, maybe more, probably more.
Maybe more. I don't even know.
Each kill minimum 10 brews. You're talking about range only. We were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it was rough on the stack. So, anyways, I'm glad they've moved towards hard food, because I know it's easier to grind. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Besides, pretty much all I've been up to. It's been good. Oh, wanted to talk about no. We'll save the blog for later, because it's going to come up. But yeah, Hoyt also said he got a salver's paint, which was a 1 in 24k from the Marshall salvage, which is an insane drop.
Yeah. He said that's the gold one, right?
No, I can't remember, bro.
I think that
I'll look it up. You keep chatting. I'll go look it up.
Okay. I think that might be the gold one. Yeah, 24K from the Marshall one, which is I think the one right below the Fremenic one, which is kind of crazy. I think that those drop rates are just insane.
The gold one is the Merchant's Paint.
Oh, okay.
Which you get from giving Trader Stan all 5 tradable paints. So the shark, you get the shark paint is basically free. You get it from Port Tasks. The inky paint comes from the Kraken.
The Kraken, right.
The blue one, the Barracuda paint, comes from Marlin rank of Barracuda Trials. Salver's paint is extremely rare from Marshall Salvage, which is like the level 73 one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Angler's paint is from Deep Sea Trawling. I've heard that thing is like 90 mil.
Yeah,
if you want to buy it, it's the pink one.
Yeah, I don't know how much that one is, but that is an expensive one. That takes a while.
I do like these like cool, extremely rare, customizable, but
are they too rare?
No, but they're cosmetics. Like they're just cosmetics. They don't do anything. There's a bunch of different colors, but if you want the like super sweet ones, you have to really work for them. I like this. I think these ultra rare things are cool because they mean really nothing. It's kind of like the mutagens for the Serpent Helm.
Yeah, I guess.
It looks really cool. You don't need it. You just regular Serp, but the nerds will go for it. So.
Yeah.
And Hoyt is that nerd. Yeah, you used to back in the day.
When it was Serp Helm was best in slot. You needed it to look the part.
Those are the days.
Those were the days.
But. So that's been what we've been up to. Yeah, pretty light week overall though. But I still managed to squeeze 15 minutes out of it. So that's standard though. I can talk for days.
That's why you're on the podcast.
Exactly. Next, we're gonna dive into some clan shout outs. So we got 3 this week. Adder is the first up. Remaxed their account. Nick, congrats on 99 sailing. And getting that cape back, huge.
I know the feeling, man. Feels good.
We're going to get lots of these coming back. And dude, I can't wait to get 99 sailing. And then I just know the max cape is mine for like, hopefully forever, but maybe 5 years. Moving on, then we have the God of Thunder, friend of the podcast, out of nowhere, completed his Radiant Oath plate.
Beast.
After completing Grandmaster combat achievements last week. I guess, Thunder. Like a month ago now. So huge GZ to Thunder. The Radiant Oath plate is something I know he had on his list of things to do. And the man's getting very close to being done all of the combat stuff. He just needs a little bit of Salver's paint to put on his scythe, and then he's ready to go.
Yeah. Get back in there hard mode.
Yeah, he's on the hard mode grind now. And then we've got Zar Xavier, a top learner. Love to see it. Pulling Little Zik on 11kc.
11's crazy.
It's the 4th longest pet to get. Hoyt puts in the notes here that it's 217 EHB, or efficient hours bossed.
Jeez.
Close to about 1 in 650 Theater of Bloods to pull.
Wow.
This little pet. How many do you have, Poplo, on your log?
Oh, let me see. Wait, I know I have a couple. I have done about 2,500 Tobs total, and I have 3.
Okay, so you're like on rate. You're on rate. I've done about 1,500 Tobs, and I have 5. So
5.
Yep, I know. Yeah, me and Chet both have 5. I know
my gosh,
sure. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Drive your scythe, get rich in pets.
That's right. I have a few more sites than that. So.
Well, God damn it. I would rather have the sites on the pets. So a huge shout out to Zar Xavier. I've been seeing some learners being run like Theater of Blood and Cox in our Discord.
Yeah.
So I'd highly recommend anyone who's interested in or just being part of the community, because we've got a really thriving community. Come and join the Discord. The link is in the show notes below. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing you can do is you can post up your achievements in either achievements or post drops, and you might just get a shout out on the podcast. So we'd love to see everyone come and join us. Okay.
All right.
I think it's time that we go and visit our sponsors. So we'll see you on the other side. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for listening to the sponsors or skipping through them. Either way, we're happy you're back. So moving forward, we are going to be talking about some of the game news. They released this massive blog. But before that, I wanted to do a quick shout out back to our last episode, which was the 3.5 hour Juggernaut Theater Blood episode.
Yeah, that one was fun. We got a lot of good feedback on that one too.
Yeah, we did. And some specific feedback I got is that we kind of missed something. It should have been obvious to us in hindsight, but we're all kind of, especially you and I, Poplo, who are like the big tobbers. We're very, I'd say we're old. We're old tobbers now. We're old money. We're old money. We've been around for a long time. So the new learning methods, while they kind of stay the same, like where to go and learn maybe changes. And we completely missed that AddyCon about 3 years ago made the Learn Tob Discord, which has about 6,000 members. And it's a great place to get your first, 20 KC, 25 KC. You'll never be, as long as you have the minimum gear requirements that they need, you'll never be shut down. I've heard they're really friendly and they're happy to take anyone. So
yeah, that's a really good resource.
It's a great place. They're always firing learners. So it's a really good resource for you to get stuck in and learn some Tob. And then once you have 20, 25 KC under your belt, a lot more people would be willing to go with you. Or you could we do raids, 416s. You'll have a bit of experience. It's just getting those first few KC can be really hard, as we talked about last week with sort of all of the, well, it was a little bit of gatekeeping, but all of the sort of pressures that come with teaching Tob as well and like trying to complete the raid. So
right. Yeah. I'm still looking forward to doing a Tob workshop at some point, probably in the new year, maybe like January or February. But
yeah,
still
Mr.
planning
Rank
to do
40,
that sometime. So
Rank 40 himself is gonna get stuck in with you there, guys.
That's right. It should be fun.
But the guy who mentioned this to me too, his name is Scary Kurt. He also himself started a hard mode Tob learner hub. So they have about just under 1,000 members, and there's people learning hard mode Tob there. So if you're comfortable with theater and you want to, paint up that scythe, make it look like the Fortnite scythe or the, the bloody dark scythe, then you got to get some hard mode Tob XP. And if you want to do that, we do raids as an option, but also these hard mode Tob learner hub. The hard HMT learner hub is another option for you guys. So we'll post it somewhere in our Discord so you guys have access to those two Discords. But
and I know we talked about like hopping in voice with the boys and learning and stuff like that. And I think for those Discords, you still have to hop in voice for the learner stuff. So still be ready to do that, get all the instruction, and still make it a social time too.
Yeah, you want to join the 0.1% who Tobs. Hoyt was saying that only 0.1% of people have KC at Tob in the game.
That seemed low to me.
1 out of 100 people? I guess so, but it's hard.
No, we said 0.1. That's 1 out of 1,000.
Yeah, you're right. It's 1 out of 1,000. My God, it's worse.
I think 1 out of 1,000 people have Tob KC. I don't think so.
Okay, well, anyways, it's low. I wish Hoyt was here to back me up with the stats, but I seem
I bet it is low. Thursday.
But from the lost episode, I seem to remember him mentioning that, that it was extremely low. Anyways, it definitely is extremely low, but it's good to have that kind of content so people can aspire towards it.
Yeah.
And it's the best raid, and I think most people will agree that once they've learned it and have ran it for a while. So
totally,
you'll love to see it.
It'll get you addicted. Just fair warning. It's super fun.
It is. So moving on, we have a little bit of game news here. First up is port tasks. Hands up here. Both hands are up right now. We misspoke about port tasks. Turns out they're actually good. I've seen some mentions of this in the comments, but you can get somewhere. There's been some routes that have come up, these like ABA ports, port tasks. So you start in Fremennik and you sort of go through a sequence of different boards on the way back to Fremennik, and you can get between 175k and over 200k an hour if you have a Rosewood Hull.
That's pretty good. That's way better than I thought it was going to be.
Given that Gwyneth Glide is what, 220k to 240k now?
Yeah, I think somewhere around there, sounds like, after they buffed it a little bit. So I'm going to be doing some of these probably in the near future. It sounds like this is going to be the meta for getting the soup pet. So I'm going to be trying this out a little bit. I'll see what kind of XP I'm getting. Not that I need it anymore, but should be. They sound like they're less. They're more worth doing right now.
And I think it was always going to be the case once people started to figure out the routing.
Yeah,
because there is quite a bit of trial and error that goes into something like this. Whereas Gwyneth Glide is what it is. Like, you go fast and you can't go any faster. Maybe you can get a couple of like a little bit of tech with different routes, but typically, what you get is what you see is what you get with the Barracuda trials, and the same goes for salvaging. But these port tasks have a little bit of nuance to them. Including sort of the RNG of the boards, but some people have got it figured out. So there's some really good guides on YouTube if you're interested in getting a maybe more, not as click intensive as the trials, but a little bit more active than salvaging, which I think this is especially useful like pre-87.
Like, yeah, pre-salvaging spot. But I think
merchant salvaging.
Yeah, I think you need 80 to do like the good tasks though. So maybe between 80 and 87 before you can go AFK. Yeah, and I think I was watching I watched a Clipper video a while ago, and I don't remember exactly, but I think the route is like something like Varlamore to Sunset Coast or Alderaan or something like that. Civitas. I think something like that is some of the routes that you want to look
Alderaan to Sunset Coast is like a 5-second jump. You just go across the river. You go across the river. But there's a bunch of different. I don't know. I did try some port tasks, but I was getting frustrated because I couldn't quite read the board properly. I hadn't got used to the symbols, so I was just going so slow, and I was messing it up a bunch.
Yeah, there's a plugin too now that it will hide, like it'll shadow, some of the tasks that you don't want. Like you can filter it, you can highlight ones that you will want, stuff like that. So it makes it a lot easier to read, what ports go to what, because sometimes I get the symbols confused now that there's so many ports. Each one has their own symbol of where you got to take it. But I think it might be on the sailing plugin now, but that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to seeing sort of where port tasks go in the future as well.
Yep.
So that's awesome. Moving on, there was a fairly lengthy questionnaire they put out. I guess they put it as a questionnaire, but there was about this 10-minute questionnaire that you could fill out. It takes a long time to go through. They even gave you sections where you could, type up to 300 characters about, whatever it was, like what should we change in sailing or what needs fixed, etc. Did you check out this? You check it out?
Got a lot to say. No, I still haven't. I'll do it today.
You still haven't done it. I hadn't done it. That was multiple days ago you hadn't done it.
I know. Remember I told you I've been working. Okay.
Wait, fire this guy. Get him out of here.
All right, we're looking for a new editor and new co-host now.
Yeah. So it was very lengthy. It did take a good 10 minutes. I would highly recommend if you have the time to fill it out, because they actually give us room to give our feedback on the skill, which I think was great. But these are some of the questions that they ask. So first of all, out of nowhere, and this was crazy in the questionnaire. How do you feel about the following statements? And they just asked a bunch of generic sailing questions, just bang, bang, bang. Mm-hmm. They're shoehorning them in. And this was one of the questions they asked. I would like to see new skills added to Old School RuneScape in the future. And they basically gave you a strongly agree, mildly disagree, whatever. They give you a bunch of options. Yeah. Poplo, where do you sit on this one? Would you like to see a new skill in RuneScape?
It's a no for me.
He's
no. I do.
Okay, defend your position.
Okay, here we go. Breaking out the soapbox. I'm standing on it. I am ready to be bombarded by rotten tomatoes. But I think sailing has so many issues. I do not think it's been a good update into the game. I think that there's too many issues with it right now in just every single area of the skill that I just don't have faith in them bringing in another update, another skill, I guess, to the game. It's just like kind of what we've talked about with sailing over the weeks. Every aspect of it has had like something wrong with it. We're talking about how ship combat is really bad. There's so many islands and like none of them are good. Like the what was the one that you said about the cannonballs? The Grimstone Island? Yeah, like I was listening to something that was saying that for making cannonballs there, like max efficient, it's like 20% better or something like that, which is just like not worth it. Nobody wants to actively go and make cannonballs. Like no one's doing that in their active time. You know, salvaging, I feel like, is the only redeeming part of it. The drop rates are just absolutely criminal if you ever want a dragon cannon barrel or anything like that. Gwyneth Glide, like, I think the Barracuda trials are inherently good, but there's really no reason to do them except for like the EXP. Like you level up sailing just to level up sailing. There's no point to it, to the skill. It's like a standalone right now. So I don't know. It felt like, you know, I was doing Herbivore before. I got my side quest and got 99 sailing, and I'm back to doing Herbivore. It was just a side quest to go get my max cape back. Ship combat's terrible. The drop rates from the sea monsters are terrible. I just think that there's too many issues with sailing. I don't think it's a good update.
Oh
so
my God,
I don't want a
he's
new
done it
skill in
again.
the game. There you go.
I get to hear this argument twice in 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep.
He's trying to drag the entire skill out back of the shed along with the extractor. Jesus Christ.
That's right.
He's
Yeah.
kicking and screaming. Well, I completely disagree with you, but I guess
fine.
I agree with certain points, but I think okay, I'll start with what I agree with you with.
Yeah.
I think the islands are
bad.
weak. I think Pablo, careful, careful.
Okay.
I think the islands are weak, and they basically have no point of visiting them. They look cool, like they fill up the map, but there's the lost schematics. It was pretty terrible. Like you go once, it's like a one and done type situation.
Yeah, it really.
They could have expanded on them. There's still room for expansion, but so we'll leave it as like not a great part of sailing. Where else was I? The drop rates from the ship combo we've already talked about is bad, but they knew that when they released the skill.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay that one aspect of it was weak because it's not really the focus at the moment. They just wanted to get the skill out, and the highlights of the skill are good. Like the ship movement is great, salvaging is great. The Barracuda trials are great. So you have like different intensity of methods, and the port tasks have turned out to be quite good as well. So you have a high, medium, low. For me, the skill feels like a baseline game. It's just very basic. Doesn't have too many bells and whistles to it.
Yeah, it's
but
like
it has a ton of room for expansion, and I feel like it has knit the world together in a way that no other skill has, and it gives them a baseline to launch from in the future. That's my thoughts on like the actual strengths of the skill itself. They could just drop an island wherever. They could have sailing requirements to get there. They can work on the combat in the future. I think as a baseline, and for like story building purposes, it's a strong skill. Despite some of its shortcomings in XP or, you know, features at the moment. Yeah.
I just think that everything that we've kind of talked about, there's been, like we were talking about deep sea trawling. It's like, yeah, it's good for fish, but, you know, the trade-off is you get really terrible XP. Like, there's just always, there's a little caveat to each thing. And the thing that I alluded to before, but the number one thing that made me frustrated was that it totally messed up my hard clues.
Oh, here he goes about the hard clues again.
Man. Yes, I'm saying this again because
here he goes.
You're kind of like with sailing, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You either go train it for what? Like no reason, right? Like I said, as a main, I don't have any reason to go interact with 90% of sailing. I'll never have to go trawl. I'll never eventually I'll go and chart the sea. Okay, whatever. That'll be another side quest just because, you know, completionist stuff. But I'll never have to go and explore islands. I'll never have to go do ship combat because I can just buy stuff. Like, there's no reason for me to engage with there's no reason for me to go back to Gwyneth Glide other than port tasks for the pet. There's no reason for me to really go back to do sailing. So it's like you're jammed if you do. And then on the group iron, I haven't touched it at all. I'm still one sailing.
Don't even start with that group iron, man's clue scrolls,
yeah,
bro.
But I've got a couple clue steps where it's like, go sail to this island because the clue step is on some random island that they just added that you need 70 freaking sailing for. It's like, dude, I don't want to do sailing on this account because what's the point? I'm just going to sink resources into it just to do these hard clue steps that I can't do anymore, so now I have to drop them. You're damned if you don't.
Spoken like a front page Taw Bandy, if I've ever heard one. I miss Hoyt so badly right now because he would be in my corner 100%. Pablo's just mad because he had to drop a hard clue on the group.
Two of them.
Two of them. Okay, my bad.
And mind you, wait, you forgot to mention it, but this week we didn't have any third age in our clan shoutouts, so we broke the streak. And those two hard clues, I know those were the ones with the third age in them, so I was gonna get them on the group iron and get the shout out, but no, I had to drop them because of sailing.
Oh,
no. So.
I see. I feel. Okay. I get your frustrations, but I look at it in an optimistic way, in that it's just knit the world together in a way that I never thought of before. Islands were just, the Isle of Souls was just a teleport away from Varlamore. It wasn't just a jot across the ocean.
That's true. Sure.
And I think quest-wise, expansion-wise, story-wise,
narrative-wise,
amazing. It's crazy. And the ship movement is great. The exploration is cool. Yeah, you only do it once. They could just drop an island in the middle of the Sunset Ocean, like a huge island that has a bunch of activities to do, and like different skilling methods. They can just push the skill. We got the baseline.
Yeah.
Is it the greatest thing in the world? No, I'll agree with you. Maybe it's a little bit on the sort of lack of content side, but compared to every other skill, it has tons. But if we're just talking about it as itself, I can see the gripes with it. But the future, I think, is bright for sailing.
Yeah. It just feels a little bit like the light version right now.
Yeah, and I think that's totally fair. But if we revisit the skill in 2 years, which I think we should do, of course, if they don't expand it, I think, ultimately maybe a little disappointing because there's so much they could do with it. And Jagex does have this, thing where sometimes they release something and then don't touch it for a long time and leave it in not a poor state, but an unfulfilled state. And I hope sailing doesn't become that, because it does have an enormous amount of potential. And at the moment, it is just the kind of the baseline. But I think the future is bright, so there's hope out there.
Yeah, I think they're putting a lot of compared to some other updates, they're gonna put a lot of time and effort and like a second look into this. They're definitely gonna add more stuff soon. Okay. They've told us that. I'm sure they will.
However, Hoyt, there's also this middle ground to think about. Was it worth the dev time?
Are you asking me? Because I think you know my answer.
I know your answer is no. I'm sort of asking. I guess I'm asking the listeners.
Yeah.
Because here you have. Look, I totally get why you don't like sailing, and you would have been happy without it coming into the game. And I am on the side of, I think sailing is especially compared to the other skills way better, but still sort of lacks a little bit of something. But the potential's there. The potential's definitely there. However, was it worth the multiple years of dev time, forcing it through all the controversies? Was it worth that when the spike to the player base was not as big as it is with something like a new raid drop or a huge expansion quest line like Desert Treasure 2? Was it worth it? I don't have the answer.
I don't know if it's fair to assess that yet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that until it's like, fully fleshed out, fully integrated, I don't know if it's quite fair to be able to assess that. Until we get Raids 4 Sailing Edition, then I don't know if you can really say like, okay, yeah, this right now, no, it doesn't seem like it was all worth it, but I know the skill isn't done. It's not fully fully fleshed out. There's still more that they're gonna bring into it. But yeah,
And
you're right.
I wonder.
The player count thing, like they got just a higher bump from some of the WoW streamers coming over.
But Hoyt mentioned this on the Lost episode that sailing's a long-term project, and I think I agree with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've kind of mentioned here, it's the baseline is in, it ties the world together. There's tons of different expansions they can launch from the sailing launch pad, as it were.
Yeah.
So long-term for the game, maybe it's going to look great when we look at it in 2-5 years from now. But right now, was it worth the dev time? I mean, probably not. But again, we reassess that in the future when it comes up and is appropriate to do so.
Yeah.
But for now, I guess we'll leave it at that. This all stemmed from me asking you, do you think you should add a new skill to RuneScape?
I was gonna say
you said no, and then you broke out the Uzis and started just
started firing
all of you. Yeah, oh my god.
So I'm gonna put away my soapbox. I'm gonna step back. That's what I have to say. I'll flip it back to you, Heartless. What do you think? Should they add a new skill or not? Or what was the question? Would you like to see a new skill in the future?
Yes, but there's a huge. I don't want to see one for 5 years at least. Having thought about this question more since Thursday, I think I agree with Hoyt, and Hoyt was in the same boat as me. At least I believe he was. Is like tentatively, yes. I think sailing has been good so far and has a lot of potential, and it definitely hasn't ruined the game. However, it would need to be right. The thing about sailing is because the oceans were already there and kind of like there was like an untapped resource, and so far this kind of just fills an empty space in the map. It like cleanly sort of like works with the world already. But if you start to think about like shamanism or what was the other one?
Taming.
Oh, almost said something very different. Taming. Almost said bestiality.
No.
Come on! Oh no! Do not add that to the game, please.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my! Oh no! So let's just move on from that one. Taming. I meant to say taming. Taming or shamanism. They affect the game world. They would affect the game world in a huge way that sailing currently doesn't and probably won't ever do. Sailing is currently self-contained. It's the ocean.
Minus the hard clues.
Of course, minus Poplo's hard clues. Currently, it's self-contained. Very little about getting to 99 sailing involves anything to do with the mainland. It's almost like its own game in and of itself. Of course, in the future, I think that it will change. Like there will be impacts from sailing on the main game. I mean, Marlin / food is currently really the only thing. But in the future, we'll obviously get updates. We'll have to sail islands to maybe get raids 4 or whatever. There'll be bosses that come out.
Mm-hmm.
But the moment it's quite self-contained, I think if you release another skill, whatever it is going to have an immediate impact.
Yeah, it's going to shake things up a lot more than sailing did. I'm meaning about the hard clues, but it doesn't change a lot of
for it to realistically make the game better. It would have to be a pretty special skill. I think so.
Okay, that's fair.
Because unless I like the idea of shamanism with like the multiple worlds, but taming / bestiality would totally change the game.
Oh yeah, for worse. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Let's move on from that question.
I have one more thing to say that we talked about before, but
on the Lost episode.
Sadly. Yeah, on the Lost episode. But you mentioned, or we kind of mentioned the Raids 4 angle, and this was my second follow-up hot take that you didn't like, but I think that the way for them to make sailing good, and
no, don't do it again.
Yep, I'm doing it again. And the way that they're gonna make sailing good and relevant is if it actually if Raids 4 is like sailing based and like ship, like if they can figure out ship combat, they've got it all. It looks all nice. It's squared away. Everyone's happy with that. and they make some kind of like sailing course you have to go through or something. I think they have to go all in on raids for sailing for it to be worth it, because then it would be like, okay, you want to train your sailing up to get the highest stuff so that you can like do the raid at the highest level. And I know you were disagreeing with that, but I think that that would at least make it feel like it has a fit and like a way to train it. Like I train magic so that I can hit higher numbers and I can freeze in Tob, or I train strength, to hit higher numbers to do raids faster. This would make it feel like I would train sailing so that I could do the raids faster and better. And I think that would make it just fit a little bit better for me if they like dove all in on sailing for raids 4 and like actually made it have a big part. And I know they're going to do some PVM updates for it too, some bosses for sailing and stuff too, but they've got a little ways to go before it feels worth it, to me at least.
Okay, needless to say, I think that's a horrible idea.
Okay, why? Why?
You don't think it would be fun? I'll defend my position. No, I think it would suck. I think you would quit. If Raids 4 was a ship-based raid, the combat has a long way to go. They're releasing a boss in Q1, and they need to address it before that. But
yeah, but if they made it good, that's what I'm saying.
I think sailing is more akin to agility in its sort of impact on the game world at the moment, in that you need certain agility levels to access, I don't know, maybe certain bosses. I've done every boss and I still don't know if that's true, but you do for certain quests. Yeah. So I'd imagine for certain bosses you do as well. I think at best we're going to be sailing to the new raid. That's like best case scenario. I don't think there's going to be any ship-based stuff in Raids 4. It's too close to now for it to be something they can tune. Maybe Raids 5, but okay. I think at the moment 4 wouldn't have anything to do with sailing.
Okay.
It'd be too janky, it's too soon. And
sure, maybe Raids 5, whatever. I think either way still needs a little something. I
do love how you hate sailing, but want it to
I want it to be an integral part of the next raid. Yeah.
you want it. It's just the funniest position I've heard.
It's me. Hoyt takes off mask with the hot takes.
Yeah, it's been all you this episode.
That's right.
I miss Hoyt defending me. I miss my Hoyt. He'll be back next week.
That's awesome.
So we got all of that content out of would we like to see a new skill? So the answer, I think mixed, right? Overall, mixed.
I think that's a pretty general consensus of the community too. I think it's
probably even mixed I think there. Even the most sailing of sailing stands would say mixed as well.
Yep.
It would have to be well thought out. Okay, so next, did they finally also they repolled the fishing spot visual changes, which was criminal that they took them away in the first, like actually insane that they took them away in the first place. So they used to be these swirls and now they're these stupid bubbles. They need to stop messing with our pixels and just leave them.
Give it back.
They once, this was a while ago, but Rigger had this has this pixel that's slightly different color in the center of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And they took it away and made it like smooth, and everyone noticed, every single player. And they're like, and they finally gave it back. Like these integrity changes about our pixels. It's
I think construction had that too in the construction skill thing. Yeah.
On that, you're like, hey, we'll notice a pixel. Don't mess with it. So yeah, I'm surprised they did that, but yeah, hopefully they can change that back. It should have been an integrity change anyways. They shouldn't need to pull this. They also pulled skipping the telescopes cutscenes. Have you charted the sea, Poplo?
No, but I will. I'm planning to at some point.
They're so stupid. They're these. You show up. You're like your boat parks next to like Port Roberts or something. Then you pull out the telescope and stare at the wall.
Okay, I've done a couple
15
of them.
15 seconds. It's dumb. Or sometimes your point of view will totally change. Like you're up on a cliff or something. It makes no sense. And they should change it.
Hey, I'm just saying, you guys said that you wanted to do more exploring, but then when you whip out the telescope and you actually look at things, then you don't actually want to do more exploring. You don't actually want to look at stuff. So, which is it, Heartless?
I mean, whatever. I can go either way on this. At least it's a one and done. I did enjoy sea charting, and cutscenes are not the worst part of sea charting. Meteorologist is the worst part of sea charting.
Okay, I haven't done any of that yet, but
The duck is on. People hate the duck because it's so slow, but the duck, you just drop the duck. You know where it's gonna go. You just go troll around a little bit, do a couple more tasks, and then go and meet the duck where it's done.
Oh, that's not so bad.
It's not that bad. But the meteorologist, you have to like pick up this thing. It's like an ABA task. You go to the location and you like spam click it to try and find the spot, and then you go back to her with the data. But it's finicky. Some of them are finicky.
Gotcha.
Okay. Moving on, they also mentioned. So this is QOL. Anything else on the sailing opinion poll that they dropped? Did you haven't done it, so I guess I'll finish up with my suggestion was they just tune the XP for not salvaging, for deep sea trawling, and then my other thing I would have said to them would be fixed ship combat, but I think they already know that and they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then like maybe a third additional gripe would be. It's more of an Iron Man specific one, but these items are insanely rare to get. Like the broken dragon hook being 1 in 1,000 from sharks. The cannon barrel being 1 in 20k from opulent salvage at the merchant ships. They're too rare, and I understand they want to keep the prices up for expensive boats. The frost dragon meta to get to like a maxed out sloop taking like 40 hours or something or longer. I don't actually know what it is. But it's a ton of time. It's 600 dragon nails for it, and like all the metal sheets, you need 16 times 5 metal sheets. It's too much.
That's crazy.
So for the moment, second best in slot is where I'm gonna stick. Pre-bis, as Hoyt would call it. All right, moving on. We've got some QOL updates. Rune and Dragon Helms now have increased crystal resistance, meaning basically fewer clicks when you are trapped at the Gwyneth Glide in that sort of icy ocean. So it used to be 3 clicks. Now it's going to be 3 for Addy, 2 for Rune, 1 for Dragon. So a nice QOL.
Very good.
Shellbane Griffin now respawns 12 seconds instead of 18, so you don't have to just leave and then go back in to make it respawn faster. Good change.
Yep.
And surprisingly, a QOL update and not just a fix to the game. The Jar of Feathers can now be stored in the achievement gallery display of a POH. Because before, you couldn't put it in there.
Yeah. That's hilarious. You get it, and then you just can't even use it. -1 bank slot till now.
Yeah, it sucks. And then they had some UI changes, like there's a compact view for the rune pouch. Now showing 5 options instead of 3 when using the naming feature. It's still stupid that you can't just type your own name in. You have to put like PvP Ice Barrage or Doom of Mokahito. So it sucks that you can't just name it like Freeze, Blood Barrage, Shadow Barrage, or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. There is, I saw a plugin on Lake's stream. I don't know what the plugin is called, but there is a plugin that you can turn on and you can make like the symbol next to the rune pouch loadout. So like if you want it to be Ice Barrage or something, then you can put the little Ice Barrage symbol next to it so that when you click it, that's your Ice Barrage runes. Or like the Thrall, you can put the little Thrall spell next to it, so when you click it, that that's like your Thrall runes too. So that one's pretty cool.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Rune pouch loadouts probably.
That sounds like it's probably it.
Can't wait to put that in the game one day.
So.
Okay, next, what do? They added a variety of name tags, so like each skill and some minigame spells to make the feature less useless. It's still trash though. There's a new mobile teleport interface available, but you do have to search modern menu interface, and you won't have to scroll down to click on teleports like the spirit tree, because scrolling or even clicking on mobile can be super difficult.
Yeah.
It's the wheel of names when you pull up the spirit tree. You just click one. You never know where you're gonna end up.
Pretty much.
Or the hopper. If you're watching Gielinor games, it's like the hopper. Just rolls all the things. Like boom, you're going to Brimhaven, kid.
You gotta do it again.
And there's also now a personal best section in the collection log, which is awesome. You could do it on RuneLite before, your PB times, but now it's actually built into the game.
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
And that's pretty much it for the UI updates. We also have a 6th episode of our rival, our number one rival, the official OSRS podcast. I think we're competing with their numbers, Poplo. You never know.
Oh yeah, totally.
But Mod Rice is out, and Solo Mission's up next.
Oh,
so
nice.
I love Solo. He's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, he's great.
He's so well
good.
He's so well rounded.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare you see him and Bodhi. There's not too many others that are as well rounded as they are. So it's very cool to see. Love when he does the Dead Man and like the invite only tournaments. It's the best RuneScape content ever.
Yeah, those are great.
Okay.
Very beloved member.
Here we go. An hour in, we finally get to our real topic for today. We have this is a Christmas special. So hooray. 5 days till Christmas. You'll get this a few days before. Yep. It's time for the naughty and nice list. So we've compiled a couple of things that we considered to be nice. So we love them. Hoyt went way back. Poplo and I have kept it a little bit more modern. And then we've also found some naughty things, or travieso, if you're Spanish out there. It's one of the only Spanish words I know. Just like a few other words like carpet and sit down quietly. Anything that a teacher might need to know. Silencio. Siéntate. Yeah, not much. Lots of Spanish kids around in our schools, so they teach me all the words I need to know. But they're always such nice kids. Usually, I love soccer. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's pretty funny.
Maybe some words that you don't need to know on the soccer field.
I know they're only young. They don't know. They don't drop the swears in class. They wouldn't do that.
No.
But in our recent bingo, I did learn a bunch of Finnish swear words.
Okay.
From one of my Finnish teammates, who's a nice character. I know we have a nice character. He's a nice guy. I know we have a bunch of Finnish listeners. So shout out to our Finnish listeners, our Scandinavians in general. There are quite a few of them up there in the icy part of the world. But it's pretty funny because on Gielinor games, there's one part where Solo Mission gets absolutely ganked by about 20-30 guys at the Rogue's Castle. And I don't remember which episode it's in. It's not a spoiler, but they all start dropping Finnish swear words and slurs and slurs. And I'm like, I know those words. Like, come on. I know what those ones mean. I don't think you can show that on a big show like this. Like, he would never have left it in if it was English.
Wow.
But I
Classic
thought that
PKing clan.
Hilarious. Standard PKing clan. So it doesn't matter where you're from, Finland or North America, Britain. You know what hilarious. The PKers are like. They'll be dropping their swear words and their slurs, as they tend to do. So yeah, it's time for the naughty and nice list. So I think we should probably go nice, 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 naughty, 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 because we also have Hoyt's list with us too. So you start us off, Poplo. Give us a nice. What's on your nice list?
Okay. The first thing that I had on my nice list, and I love this, I've used it so much already this year, is the AFK timer update on mobile. And they increased it from, you could just be logged in 5 minutes to up to 25 minutes on mobile. And that has been a game changer for AFKing, salvaging, all that stuff. That is very nice. Shout out Jagex. That's a great update for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. You can do it on mobile too, right? So you just have to set it.
Yeah, you just have to set it on mobile. You just go into your settings and I think just AFK timer or something, search that. But yeah, so I set it for like 20 minutes or something, 25 or something on my phone. So it doesn't, it still burns a hole in my pocket like when it's on for that long.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a good update.
Yeah, mobile has a little bit on my naughty list later, so I'll return to this.
Oh boy.
Okay, here we go.
What do you got?
For let's do mine and then we'll go with Hoyt. So for me, one of my favorite things has been their design space for PVM, especially pushing duo bosses. The Royal Titans they knocked it out of the park with Royal Titans.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about even rewards. I'm simply talking about the actual experience of doing the content. Mm-hmm. Royal Titans is great whether you're using a zombie axe or you're using a scythe. It doesn't matter where you are on the scale. It's very fun. It scales well to 2 people.
Yeah. I was even doing it like on the group Iron Man, and like, once you get, yeah, like you said, once you get a zombie axe, it still feels really good. Like it's still a good fight. I still really enjoy it. So
Yeah, and then to add on top of that, the rewards are great as well, which is just an additional thing that they've done well.
yes,
Yama is the second version of these duo bosses. It's not trolling to do it solo, but duo is a lot better. And
yeah, duo's really fun.
it doesn't matter if you have like really low level gear with your demon bane weapons, or you're like max shadowing it, or you're like there in Torva or Oathblade. The content is fun. It's fun to do it with someone else. I actively look forward to doing it with other people. Duo is just such a good scale, because if you're a solo player, it's very easy to go to like a free for all world and pick up one person, just rip the content with them. But then, if you're with your friends, it's easy to just PM one person and find someone online to do it with you.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So I really hope they push more of these in the future.
Yeah, the duo contracts are super fun too. I was doing some of those with some of the buddies.
Like the pet contract.
The pet contract, yeah. They're really fun too.
Awesome. Yeah, I hope I get to that point at some point, doing some duo contracts. But yeah, awesome content.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Oathplate is kind of maybe too strong. We talked about this, but drops aside, the actual like doing Yama, doing Royal Titans, it's super fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Next is Hoyt. Hoyt went way back for his first one.
Yeah, you did.
And he said God Wars Dungeon. Do you want to run us through the reasons why he likes God Wars Dungeon, Poplo?
What did he say? God Wars really, I mean, one of the first updates, it's really well. They've done a really good job of keeping it relevant. The fights are fun and have aged really well. What else did he say? Anything else that you remember?
He just said how Hoyt mentioned that it's like aged like fine wine. Yeah. And that it used to be not impossible, but like they hit so hard. It used to be super difficult. But with gear, and more so with game strategy, Red X, these kiting methods.
Yeah, some of the new
content it's like so easy now. It's like entry level PVM almost. Not actually, but it's sort of like the second step maybe in PVM is starting to send some God Wars dungeon trips, because it's a pretty great way of learning movement.
Yeah.
And I think he just loves it. I personally love God Wars. I've done 1,000 of each boss, and I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great shout from him, dude. We talked about this on the. I can't believe this on the last episode. I gotta tell the story again because it was too good to forget.
Okay.
But olden day Iron Man, the meta,
mm-hmm.
God Wars Dungeon, dude, it was so bad. It was not instanced. So.
Yeah.
And Bandos was like, specifically Bandos was some of the best money in the game at the time, especially for low level players.
Oh yeah.
One tank,
best in slot.
One person with a blowpipe in the corner, another person with a spec weapon and a, blowpipe. Like you just chilling. You're making money with the boys. It's fun. It's very easy. And there used to be this saying, well, it's still a saying. A world with an Iron Man is a free world.
Yep.
So
still a thing.
I got crashed so many, dude. I do it as well. Don't tell the other Iron Man. The only place I actually crash people is when you're tutorial skipping and you go to the little baby cow fights. If there's a young Iron Man there doing his task with his DSim, I put my cannon down and I blast through my my thing.
That was me.
If he drops me a question, I just move on with my life, dude. There's always a bigger fish. Remember that.
Great cool.
I put in my time. I got crashed enough. I'm not hopping worlds. Sorry, son. You'll have to move over. But anyways, back to God Wars Dungeon. Dude, it was so awful to find a world. You could not find one at peak hours. You would have to wait till like degenerately late at night, and even then, the worlds would be full. So you'd have to use like 2,200 German worlds, and even then, you would have to compete with other Iron Man for the world. So typically what would happen is there would be a lineup of Iron Men and you take turns going in.
Oh no.
Because it was that tough. But it was quite a friendly community. Everyone would like cheer each other on. You'd get between 1 and maybe 5 kills if you were extremely lucky. And then every once in a while, there was this one demon who would play, and on the German world, and he would just get like 12 to 15 kills. He'd be like flicking all the minions, and as soon as he got in line, we're like, "Oh shit, you better go do something else."
He's gonna be here a while.
The demon's shown up, so. But yeah, getting Vandals back then was like probably akin to getting Torva now on an Iron Man. Tough, really tough, and you don't see it. You didn't see it very often.
Yeah, really hard. It was what do you call it? Aspirational content.
Yeah, it was kind of like the sort of the late game of Iron at the time.
Yeah, it was also best in slot too. So
yeah, so obviously that helps with its allure and kind of status.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Back up for me.
I think we're doing naughty now, aren't we? Or we do all?
Do you want to do all nice?
Do you want to switch it up this time? We do all nice, then we go all naughty. I think that's more.
That's
fun.
what we did last time. We did all nice.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, so next up on my nice list from this year, I put the pet insurance update. So now, this is really relevant to me, but you don't have to pay to get your pets back if you die with them. So there's a lot of times where I just have all of them in my house or whatever in my bank, and they just sit there because I don't want to have to pay a mil every time I die and go get the pets back. But now you can just get free reclaims, doesn't cost anything, and I just bring my pets everywhere. Obviously, I stick to the hard mode Tob pet mostly because that one is a trophy pet for me. But yeah, I can bust any of them out anywhere. Then I'm often bringing them along with whatever I do. So that made my nice list from the year.
That's a great shout.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that one as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day they can work it so you don't have to go and collect them from Pro Beta, but
that would be nice. Yeah, if you could just open a interface and grab it or something. I don't know why not. But
we'll have to see about that.
Yeah.
Up for me on the nice list is, unsurprisingly, Veil Totems. I love Veil Totems. I was super hyped about them when they came out. I finished up 99 fletching there this year. Loved Veil Totems. Love Auburn Veil. I think the vibes are probably the most on point in the entire game up there. Everything's super chill. Love the color scheme, the redwoods. I wish there was some choppable redwoods, but that's a small aside. The mini game is like relatively easy. There's like a cool bank, so you can stop if you need a little break. It's just everything's on point with Veil Totems. The XP is obviously insane. Yeah, dude, I loved Veil Totems. I would happily. I mean, I'm not going to do post 99 because I've green logged it, but it's an activity that probably one of my most preferred skilling activities that I've done in the game.
Yeah, it's great. They nailed it. And this, like you said, the vibes there are just so good too.
Yeah, I think the vibe is really add to the content for sure. Like crossing the little agility shortcuts and the little ends and everything, and the color scheme. It's super good.
They did a great job.
Have you done much or no?
I've done a little bit, and gonna do a little bit more on the group Iron Man here pretty soon because I'm trying to get 70 fletching for my Scorching Bow. So that's why I was doing the yew trees this week, like I mentioned before, chopping yews so I can have some logs to go do it. So, but yeah, it's great. I think they what they've been doing with like the real world group skilling kind of, where you can see like other people running the same stuff. I think that's really good for the game as well. Just being like immersed in the activity with a bunch of other people. They kind of did it a little bit with like Perilous Moons too, where you're seeing other people while you're fighting bosses and stuff. I think that's great.
Non-instances, I hope the way forward when it comes to these, not necessarily lower level, but sort of like more mid-tier stuff.
Yeah,
especially skilling. It's great.
Yeah.
Hoyt wanted to go with the collection log.
Oh yeah.
So Hoyt going old school here with the collection log. I think 2018 when it came out. I might be wrong. But he just loves the update. He said it's a new way to play the game, and he's a bit of a collection log nut. So
yeah,
definitely right up his alley. Do you remember what else he said about it?
Yeah, he basically said that it revived the game, like especially for mains too, who like you don't want to go for kind of the end stuff is you go for 200 mil skills or you go for pet hunting. That's pretty much it. but this has really opened up a whole new vein of a way to play the game, basically. So there's so many mains that just go for collection log stuff now. It's like new on the high scores now, so it's like it's not, you know, it's all become clue scrolls. It's always clue scrolls, but
Always has been.
Always has been. Yeah. But it gives you like something to work towards in the late game, or even like he likes to do, green log some mini games or whatever as you're just going about playing the game. So
yeah, awesome. What else did you have on your nice list, Pablo?
Yeah, my other thing that I had on my nice list was the Slayer rework that they did this year. I think it's great. They refunded a bunch of points, they made some stuff cheaper, and they allowed you to create a block list for each Slayer master. Very good update. I've barely started setting up my block list and stuff. I already got Metal Dragons blocked on the group Iron Man. So, yeah, been great.
Yeah, long overdue, but I'm glad they brought that out. It's huge QOL.
Yeah.
I only have one more on mine.
Okay.
And it was the new age drop rates. So modern bosses, yes, I found have had really good completion times. So obviously still takes a lot of time and effort to get like a Doom log completed, to get all the best in slot stuff. Yeah. Coliseum, Yama, but they've added a couple of, you know, even Desert Treasure 2, like completing the bosses is a reasonable time frame, versus especially if you look at the old content or drop rates and, you know, sort of size of log. If you're talking about Nightmare, Vorkath, Corp, Nex, these bosses take an insane amount of time. Crazy. If you want to collect all the uniques, dude, it's just way too much time.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't want to do 400 efficient hours boss at Nightmare to get a full Inquisitor set. Like that's, it's not where it's at. So I know they've obviously made some changes to that, but Nex is the same thing. It's way too long to play. It has way too many things on it. I think in recent years, they've done a good job of keeping the drop tables reasonable in terms of length, time to completion, and drop rate.
Yeah, definitely been a lot more appropriate. I think that they realize how much time people actually have and like how long things should take to complete in a day, or, you know, in daily life. So they've kept it a lot more in line now.
And here's
rather
another
than just
thing
lottery system.
Yeah, you mentioned that is a good point, but the more we play, the more content there is to do. Therefore, the more time it's going to take to complete everything. So if you release these huge grinds, like it might be reasonable for maybe someone like me who's endgame Iron Man to like actually complete Nex or complete Inquisitor set, because I don't have a ton of other stuff to do. But if you're like an up and coming Iron, never going to touch. It's going to take you 5 years to get to that, because you got so many other things to go for.
Yeah.
So given that, I think it's
everything on top of each other, on top of each other, on top of each other.
Totally, it's been a good direction for the game.
Yeah.
Do you want to run us through Hoyt's next one?
Yeah, Hoyt. I feel like this was a little bit of a. Oh, he's got two more on here, so maybe I'll just touch on both of them.
Yeah, so no.
But all right, the one that he already apologized, but he said he had Temperos on his nice list. He thought it's just a very good, you know, the fishing is a very good mini game. It doesn't break like other metas. It fits really well. You don't have to spend a ton of time there. You want to go there for like your fish barrel mostly, but that doesn't take a super long time to get there. The fishing XP is pretty good. I remember him saying that the cooking XP could be tuned up a little bit because it's really bad cooking XP there, but I think that's fine because cooking is not a difficult skill to train in just in modern day. So not too bad there. But I agree with him overall. You know, I've spent my time there and I think it's still a good minigame. Am I sick of it? Yeah, definitely. But overall, pretty good minigame. I've liked Temperos. It hasn't broken metas, and yeah, I think it's stuck pretty well. You have anything else to add to Temperos?
No, I think you would be, if you still like it and you have as much KC as you do, then I think I would just have to agree with you. It's a good mini game.
You don't have to.
It's fun. Well, I green logged it in like 800 permits, so I don't mind it.
Yeah, great. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's great. No, I do think it's cool. It's a good way to train skilling. I mean, obviously the fish barrel is an insane quality of life upgrade, but the actual minigame itself is fun because you can do those more challenging solo methods, or you can just grind out KC in Mass Worlds or with friends. So
Quite
overall love it.
Yep. And then the last thing he had on his list was just clue scrolls in general.
Don't mention that to Poplo right now, please.
And, clue scrolls are fine, but they messed it up. With,
you ever make me go onto an island again, I'll kill you.
I'm just saying, I could complete them before.
And now I can't.
I don't know if I can.
You're done. So, hilarious that he says this, but it's true. Specifically, he also mentioned the update, right? Like the +5 clues or the boxes, clue scroll boxes.
I don't remember.
He said that he really liked the fact that you don't get the FOMO from getting a clue scroll drop. The way it worked before is it would just sit there for an hour and then you could just like stack them up. But now you just get 5 boxes and then you can do them after. It feels a lot more reasonable, and you don't have to like leave re-gear and then get one on the first KC and leave again. It's just flows a little bit smoother than before is what the point he made, and I 100% agree with him.
We'll get to that. That one's on my naughty list. So
Poplo.
I'm full of them this week.
Been a naughty boy today.
That's right.
I guess that brings us to the naughty list. And oh boy, do we have some spicy ones for you.
Oh boy.
So you go ahead.
Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. Well, I kind of already said sailing has kind of been on my naughty list. So we're throwing all of sailing on the naughty list.
It's insane.
But I have more. I can pick a different one. But if you
No, do it. Send it. Reiterate why you hate sailing, and it's been a naughty skill this year.
All right, sailing's on the naughty list. I think that it has way too much. It costs too much dev time. It has way too much tuning to do. There's always some aspect of it that feels bad, whether it's XP or drop rates or resources. There's nothing. I think that they should have just made the islands good, and also there's no reason to train it right now, and no reason for me to interact with 90% of it on the main, now that I have just salvaged my way to 99. Other than I have no reason to go back and do a lot of the content. So that is why sailing is on my naughty list this year.
Insane. You got to take Hoyt's first one as well here because the transition's too smooth.
You want me to send it?
Yeah, do it.
The rewind time one, that one?
Yes, please. So Hoyt loves this one. Hoyt goes crazy for skilling, dude.
This one is Hoyt's. Don't crucify me for this one. But since I am the bearer of bad news, Hoyt said that back in the day, before they released Zulrah even, he would rewind time and reverse the decision for Zulrah to drop skilling resources in high amounts, because it set off a chain reaction now to where everybody believes that PVM bosses should drop skilling resources. He said, make skilling great again, because otherwise people don't have a really a reason to skill when you can just go do PVM and get all the ore and resources, food, potions, whatever that you need. So he would go back and he would take all the skilling resources off of the Zulrah drop table.
He's basically Hoyt is Jesus for skilling. He's here to save it.
Yeah, he is.
And if he's Jesus, then I'm the devil, because on my naughty list is every piece of skilling content in the game.
Just skilling.
just skilling straight up. I want more resource drops on boss tables. I want all of them. I don't want to have to do any skilling for my resource drops. I want to get blood shards as a drop. I don't want to have to go and thieve them Jagex.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. I could not be more opposite than Hoyt when it comes to skilling. I'm pushing it maybe a little bit. I don't mind certain skilling things, like I said, with if it's like related to PVM, I'll do it. I like Hunter and a few other things. But generally, these I maxed this year, and the following 4 skills are especially at the top of my naughty list. Agility, awful skill. It sucks. Nobody likes
Understandable.
agility. Nobody likes agility. It's up there on the list. I had to do way too much of it this year. It's too slow. Mining is on my naughty list as well. Mining's been a bad boy. Mining's been a bad boy this year. You can go and take your 20k. Amethyst is so good at AFK. You can take your 20k an hour and shove it up your ass. I've had enough of it. Stars is the only redeeming quality. It's the only redeeming quality.
It is.
And if Hoyt was here, he would tell you Stars is on his naughty list, I'm sure.
Yep.
Rune crafting is also on the naughty list. Rune crafting has also been a bad boy this year. Goder does not save rune crafting. I hate the skill. Here I go. What? I'm unleashing now. I'm unleashing.
Oh my gosh.
And what else? What else do we have? And then, of course, the worst offender of all the skills by a large margin. And it doesn't come close, in my opinion, is smithing. Smithing is top of the naughty list. Smithing's been really bad.
Not that bad.
Smithing is a horribly balanced skill. It doesn't make any sense. It is completely useless at the moment. It is not balanced correctly, and it needs to be reworked. Skilling has been a naughty boy. All it is making bars. All it is blast furnace. Oh, okay. Maybe a hot take, maybe not. But skilling's been bad this year.
All right.
So, moving
I'd say that's
on,
a pretty
Poplo.
hot take. Just all skills.
I mean, some of them are fine. I'm okay with sailing is good, farming, hunter, thieving. There's some good ones, but those 4 are top of the naughty list.
Definitely.
And I don't see them moving anytime soon.
All right.
Hit us with another one, Poplo.
Yep, my next one is just going against what Hoyt previously said, but on my naughty list is the whole stackable clue fiasco, debacle thing, whatever that happened. And I think that they just made it way too convoluted with getting the scroll box drops. I don't actually know like how many I can get. Like, is 1 the max? Can I get more than that? How do I know when I can get more than that? They should have just left it as the 1 hour clue drop timer and not have to worry about the other stuff. If you want to stack clues, just drop them and do it that way. And I know it kind of looks janky, but there's a lot of stuff we do in this game that looks janky as well. So get over it. And I don't think that they had to make it as convoluted in my mind as they did. So stackable clues. Or just let them stack infinitely. What do you think about that?
No, leave them where they are. They're perfect right now. 5 is enough. Infinite's way too many. I disagree with you. I think they're on the good list. Unless they're hard clues that make you go to an island, then they're naughty.
Then that's bad. But that's sailing.
We'll jump over to Hoyt. He says on his naughty list, shooting stars. Actually, it's actually on his. It's actually on the list. We're just gonna skip past that and pretend it's not. We move on to predator versus prey bait. He hates the wilderness, and he specifically hates PKers who prey on people skilling in the wilderness. Basically, people who aren't going to fight back. And I 1000% agree with him.
Yep.
PKers that fight each other is fine, but like the whole predator prey thing is dumb, and most PKers are terrible anyways, so I don't care. Most of them are going to be dropping Finnish slurs at you while you try to so no, it's just yeah, it's I don't know. The system is jank. What do you think about the whole like predator prey thing?
I think that in theory it works fine, but I don't know. There's something wrong with the wilderness still. I think that it's still in a decent spot from where it's been previously, but
the prey are never gonna like having to tank and run away or like be interrupted. Like that's just I think there's no way you could ever make it that a PVMer or a skiller in the wilderness will enjoy being attacked by a PKer.
No, I don't think so, but I don't think that
they try to compensate.
They try to be attacked by the lion out.
No,
in
I
the
agree
wild
with you.
either.
I think that's just kind of maybe the way it is, and they try to compensate with like GP per hour, XP per hour, but I think still it feels bad overall, and the current systems. Like, I think that's just the way it's going to be.
I think that's just the way that it is. Just the wilderness just doesn't feel good to be out there in general. You want to spend as little time and interact with as few people out there as possible.
Yes. Agree with you.
Yep.
On my naughty list is the Shellbane Griffin.
Yes, I agree.
Good. Bell's Folly is a cool weapon. It's a 5-tick stab weapon that you basically, if you're specifically an Iron Man or like a low level main, you want to pick it up before you go to Perilous Moons to help you with the Eclipse Moon. But in order to get it, you need to unlock it from Steve/Neve and Duradel. So you have to pay points for it. And it's like a 5 weight, which is really low. So you have to skip a ton of tasks to get it. So on average, it's going to take you a very, very large amount of Slayer XP, especially if you're not skipping tasks or Turiel skipping. It take you forever to get probably 3 to maybe even 4 tasks on average to see the Bell's Folly. It's a 1 in 400.
Yeah, that's
so I think task locking is stupid, and they shouldn't have done it. It's the only quest boss that is task locked. None of the other ones are. It makes no sense given that it doesn't even align with the other items like the zombie axe, which just comes from a random mob.
Right.
I hate it. So the actual Griffin is fine. Like the fight is cool. It has interesting mechanics. And I don't mind the boss at all. Like that is not the gripe. It's the locking it behind. Task locking the Griffin is a serious problem.
Yeah. And
because I don't care about the Bell's Folly. Like that doesn't do anything for my account. Like I would only kill it for the pet and like the clogs basically. And same goes for most people. So the people who actually want to do the content now are going to struggle to unlock it and get it done, which shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, why do they make it like you have to unlock it with points? And I don't know.
Dude, I've heard the Bell's Folly is crazy for PKing, by the way.
Really? I have not seen.
Yeah, because it's 5-tick, but apparently it's insanely accurate. So it's a pretty good finisher weapon again, like mid-50s with really strong gear.
Whoa.
So it's good for doing like combos. And then I saw Odablock release a video on it, and he was stabbing people quite accurately with it. So he seemed to be quite impressed considering it's like a lower level weapon.
Wow. No, I haven't seen that video.
And I imagine it's not too expensive, though you have to unlock it. So yeah, it looks like it's 2.1 mil at the moment.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No, not bad at all.
Nice.
So big shout out to the Bell's Folly there. Hopefully they make it a little bit more accessible in the future.
Yeah.
But that's top of the naughty list. Or not
my
top.
Other...
Skilling's the top, but it's up there.
It's on there.
What else?
Thing with the Shellbane Griffin boss?
No, please.
I don't know why. This is like my pet peeve with it, is that they made that so it's the only quest boss that you have to kill, and then it turns into a Slayer locked boss. None of the other Slayer bosses are quest bosses. So I don't know why that one is special, but that's my pet peeve with it.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Nope.
So naughty list, but easily fixable. So unlike smithing and the other skills, we move
easily
on
fixable,
to
like remove it.
what is your next naughty list thing or your next item?
My next naughty list. This is going back a little bit, but this was their mid-game bosses streak that they went on for forever. When they're like, we're releasing these mid-game bosses, we're gonna release Scurious so people can learn how to move. And we're going to release all these other mid-game bosses that people are never going to really interact with. So I think all the mid-game content, mid-game boss updates that they were on for a while. Huey Codal, like, kind of what's the point of not having best in slot stuff, but just another mid-game boss? Oh boy. They did that for a long time. That was on my naughty list. So.
It is naughty because, and Hoyt was saying this is a boardroom level decision, as in like someone who maybe doesn't play the game says, oh look, we have all these mid-game players, let's give them mid-game content to do. And while that is a reasonable thing to say from like an executive or like board level choice, things like Theater of Blood, Colosseum, Doom, these high level content that maybe not everyone can access really pushes viewers on like Twitch and viewers on YouTube, which gets more
Yeah.
engagement in the game. So they push engagement rather than, players maybe doing the activity, but they're either watching it or there's content creators doing it. It gives you something to aspire to. So without the end game stuff, the top level players who do a lot of the teaching and a lot of the community building won't enjoy the game as much and might burn out. So you have to have a balance of content. And anyone who plays the game can see that.
Yep. Yeah. I think they're just appealing to the large percentage of the player base. And there's a lot of mid-game stuff that kind of goes overlooked now, like has just fallen out of relevancy from those updates.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So it's too bad, but I think they're moving past it.
So Amoxicillin, put that one on the list.
Amoxicillin, yeah, like that and Huey Koto, like they don't really offer much besides the rewards. Like the actual bosses themselves offer essentially nothing.
Yep.
Which is too bad. Okay, moving on. We have Hoyt, and he says, Winter Todd. Does that need explanation? It's the only way to train fire making.
Winter Todd as a whole skill?
Yeah,
Winter as the whole fire making skill?
Is fire making. He says it's unbalanced. I kind of agree with him.
Yep.
It's high XP. You just kind of get it done.
Yep.
It's not the best thing in the game, so up to that. And then he's got one more. May as well do it now, and it's forestry. Dude, forestry. I honestly didn't even. I've stopped thinking about forestry. Yeah. But Hoyt is so right. It sucks. Forestry version 12 or whatever we're on now.
Yeah,
it's been a calamity since day one.
Yeah, literally. And we haven't even got the we didn't even get all the stuff that they were trying to do with it. Like they were trying to add so much more into it that they ended up just not doing. It was so convoluted.
When the first blog came out, were you excited?
No.
Okay, to me it felt like it had potential. Like it could have been a rework that maybe woodcutting was looking for, like as something a bit more team-based rather than just chopping trees that are harder to chop and becoming basically more AFK. I thought, look, there's potential here. Forestry, these activities, you're going to cut with people. But dude, they just completely fell on its face. And then they just kept digging the grave deeper and deeper with all the updates.
Yeah.
And its current state is still bad. It basically, I don't think they're going to touch it anymore. I think they're just going to leave it.
I think they're just going to leave it. It's not in the worst place right now where it's like you can still get some decent XP, I think, from doing the forestry events. But
I think if they removed it from the game, no one would cry.
No, I don't think so.
You take sailing out with it while you're there if Poplo's in charge. Okay, so that's it for Hoyt's list. I have one more, and it was, you kind of touched on it before, but the new mobile renderer makes my phone turn into a mini sun. It's so hot. I had to reduce the frame rate, which, as I found, was the only thing that makes it cooler, to like 15 frames a second. But pre-renderer update, I was able to run like Zulrah on decent FPS, and like it wouldn't get hot, and I could play for ages on the phone. Like I could pocket wood cutting or mining, and it would, or things like salvaging or whatever, like agility. I could do it a lot, which I did in the summer.
Yeah,
tons of mobile, super great. Phone never got hot, barely used any battery life. New renderer comes out and it just kills the battery, man. It kills the battery, it kills the FPS. Everything sucks about it. I know it's a sailing thing, but my phone isn't even that old, so I'm not a fan of the new renderer.
Yeah, and it's just drains your battery so fast.
Yeah, I know. I was doing some salvaging when it came out. I think I talked about it on the pod. I was like level 50 during parent-teacher interviews. I was like salvaging between interviews in the back corner. I just like stick the dude, like clean a couple of salvage and move on. And dude, I didn't realize how hot my phone had gotten because it was sitting there for 3 hours salvaging. It was scorching. I was worried it would damage it. Like it was that hot.
Yeah.
Like I had to put in dip it in the water. It would have steamed. Not that you'd want to do that, but No. So that was the end of my naughty list. Anything else from you, Poplo?
No, I think that's pretty much what I got.
Okay.
Some hot naughty list takes.
Hot takes. Hot. Very that's hot right. In the
just
terms
like
of just like my phone. Okay, so we've got a couple of listener questions here. So these are accessible through our Patreon, which we started a couple of weeks ago. I just want to, it's Christmas time. There's a lot of giving going around and receiving. We just got to say we felt the love here at the podcast this year.
Yeah, definitely.
The passion. It started as a passion project. I never thought we would hit the numbers we're hitting this early. We just really appreciate all the kind words that people have said to us. The new members of the community have been amazing, and this is just a heartfelt thank you from myself, and I know from Hoyt, who's away right now. How great you guys have been. So big thank you, and a big Merry Christmas. And I hope you all enjoy time with your family.
Yeah.
But if you are interested in supporting us, keeping the lights on, making sure we have money to edit and get the podcast out into your different feeds. You don't have to. Listening, of course, is enough. But if you want to take the extra step and help us, we do have a Patreon with a couple of different tiers. And one of those tiers gives you access to listener questions. And we have a couple of listener questions here. They're both from Mikey. So shout out to him for the support. Also, Dart41 dropping in some big support. So thank you to you two guys for doing that.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
The first question is, what was your favorite present as a kid, teenager, and as an adult? So it's kind of 3 in 1, but you can answer it however you wish, Poplo.
Yeah. I remember, I think my favorite present growing up was one Christmas. My parents got me an iPod Touch, and that was like one of the biggest gifts back in the day to get, and that was just crazy. I remember it I was blown away when I got my iPod Touch, and I think using that and like downloading music on that has kind of made me into, like, I like so many music genres now. I think it's really made me into the music lover that I am today. So yeah, I'm gonna say iPod Touch.
Nice. I've not had sexual relations with that woman. Yeah, right. What? Do you remember? No, you don't know it? Okay, bro. So you know that clip, I'm sure, of the famous president.
Yeah.
But it used to come up whenever you would download music on like LimeWire or FrostWire or whatever. A lot of them would have that clip. It was Bill Clinton, right, that said that?
I think so. I don't remember.
Anyway, whoever it was, I'm not American, but that clip would show up like in a ton of the music if you got a wacky one at the beginning. I don't know why, but it would show up. So you download tunes and you'd be like, I've not had sexual relations with that woman or something. I just remember that being like happening all the time when it downloaded music. It's so funny.
That is hilarious. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of
I never had that happen. Apparently,
I'm sure there's some people out there who had it happen to them. But yeah, the LimeWire FrostWire angle was big back in the day. So that's a good shout.
Yeah.
For me, favorite gift, Poplo. I know on Thursday I had 2 when we did the Lost Ep.
Yeah.
But dude, I can't remember either of them at this point. I'm totally cooked right now.
Oh,
what could it be? One of them was music related. I think it was a Rise Against CD I got from my dad.
Yeah, I remember that one.
My dad has a very eclectic music taste, I have to say. He loves everything from like Thievery Corporation world, like lounge music, to like heavy metal. Like we went to a Slayer concert when I was 15. We saw Slayer, Megadeth, and like Anthrax. It was a sick concert, by the way.
That's crazy.
So I grew up with like a very eclectic music taste. A lot of electronic too. We're both big fans of it. And definitely that's probably my preferred these days. But I still love like rock and all sorts, even the more chill stuff, like the world music, I guess it's called. But yeah, he was a big influence. But Rise Against, it was a good album. I really liked that kind of like heavier rock back in the day. So that was a good CD. What else? I don't remember the other one, brother.
I think your parents gave you something unexpected.
Oh, Poplo, thank you. Yep. I'm glad we're redoing this episode because I get to
relive this one again.
I get to relive the experience. Yeah, they got us my sister and I, she's a year younger than me, they got us an Xbox. When I was 10, she would have been 9. And dude, it was out of left field. They didn't like video games. They barely watched TV. My parents just straight up bought us a brand new Xbox, and it came with a couple of games. One of them was called Midtown Madness 3. They bought us that one. It was like this car game set in, I guess, France/America.
Mm-hmm.
My sister and I played the shit out of that game. It was so good. But our favorite one by far was called Jet Set Radio Future. It's a skating game that came along with the Xbox, and to this day remains one of my all-time favorites.
That's awesome. I had never.
It was dude, it was ahead of its time. Like, it was a classy game back in the day.
That's
really,
awesome.
really cool.
I had never heard of that one, but I had to go and look it up after you told me that.
And what do you think? What's
it looks sick, dude.
It holds up, man. Like, the game is so good. There's a cool speedrunning community, and there's a new Jet Set Radio coming out next year. So there's Jet Set Radio, which was the first game. Jet Set Radio Future was the second game, and I think the third one's coming out next year.
Wow.
But it has a pretty big cult following, and most people that played it back in the day would consider it to be, I'm sure, one of their favorites, because it was high quality, very replayable as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, those are the two gifts. So, yeah, thanks, Mikey, for that question. Yeah, we got another question as well. Outside of RuneScape, what are your other hobbies? Poplo, farming.
Nope, just RuneScape. That's my only hobby.
RuneScape and farming. You do anything else besides those two? I know those two are like a large part of your life. What, anything else?
Yeah, no, I really like to just be outside. Like, living in Oregon, there's so much like that you can do. There's a lot of outdoor activities. I like to really just like to go hiking, go to the beach, stuff like that. So I really like being outside. A little bit of camping here and there. But kind of my favorite winter activity is snowboarding. So we haven't hardly got any snow up in the mountains, like, at all. But I'm a snowboarder, so that's one of mine.
You live close to mountains, or no?
Somewhat, yeah. Drivable.
Okay. Drivable. That's good. I grew up in the interior of the province, which is like very mountainous.
Okay.
So I grew up skiing. Lived 20 minutes from a mountain called Silver Star, which was beautiful little mountain, but these days it's tough to get. I live on an island now, so there's only one mountain. It's like 3 hours away.
Yeah,
it's no good.
Where I grew up, we were a little closer to some mountains, and I had like a season pass in high school to like the ski resort up there. I would go up with my buddies, and yeah, it was great. It was like after school, then what do you do on the weekends in the winter? Me and like 2 or 3 of my buddies,
right?
So I actually started skiing. I like learned how to ski like growing up. And then there was one time in high school that I just wanted to switch, and I just wanted to try it because I thought it looked cool. And I switched to snowboarding, and honestly, I've just never gone back. I just think it's so fun. Yeah,
dude, I was the opposite.
Really?
I snowboarded until I was about 12, and then I wanted to switch to skiing, and I never looked back.
Really?
Yeah.
I've skied once since then. I used some of my college buddies wanted to learn, and I used one of their snow blades, so like shorter skis. And so I was a little bit more their speed, and they were learning snowboarding, so I was kind of teaching them, so they were a little slower, but it kind of evened things out.
Learning snowboarding is definitely harder.
Yeah, it is. You spend more time on your butt than you do on actual snowboarding.
It's hilarious. My dad was a ski patroller, and he doing like the medical stuff. It would help us get season passes for free, basically.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
But he had to work hard, and he said the most common injury, broken tailbone in snowboarder, and broken wrists from going over forwards.
Wrists too.
And then skiers, a lot of broken legs.
Yeah.
From like getting twisted up and stuff. So
SpongeBob, I think I broke my butt.
so true. And for me, I love soccer. It's probably it's my favorite sport. I've played it since I was a kid. Still play it to this day. Obviously huge fan. I love the Premier League. My parents are from Liverpool, so I'm a huge Liverpool supporter. So I watch the games every day, every weekend with my family. Nice. Usually, if I can catch it with them. I'm lucky enough to live in the same town still as them, so it works out. And sometimes go down to the pub and stuff for that. But yeah, besides soccer, basic stuff. I like the gym. I like a huge D&D fan. I've mentioned that with like sort of setting up campaigns for the kids at school, and Magic the Gathering is also something I've played too. So
nice, yeah.
Lots of nerdy related things, and then a couple sports ones / fitness. But yeah, pretty chill life though. But very happy for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. And do you want to mention the MTG in the Discord?
Oh yeah. Quorum OG, one of the OGs actually. He goes way back with us. He started up we used to have like a TCG section in our Discord, but he's decided to branch it out as the podcast has become more popular. We get new members. So if you're interested in joining like a little TCG community, Magic and a couple others, then feel free to check out the TCG royalty section of the clan and follow a link to the new channel where people are going to be playing games. So it's pretty fun.
It's pinned in our general chat.
Oh, it's pinned in general. Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd love to see that getting started. So I'd like to play more Magic. We've been recording on Thursdays, and like that's the game night in town. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to get out a bit more, but can't always happen. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for the shout outs, and thanks again to Mikey and Dart41 for their support through Patreon.
Yeah,
that's pretty much going to do it for this week. We're going to pop into the chest room. We will see you on the other side. All right, welcome to the chest room. This is the section where the host of the show gets to surprise the other two, in this case, just one, with a little something. It could be a story, could be a question. It's often a game, but this week, the entire episode has basically been a chest room, as we've talked about this and that. So we're going to keep it simple here, Poplo, and we are just going to go a little bit of Christmas theme. So I basically just have a straight up question for you. What are your family traditions when it comes to the holidays?
Christmas family traditions.
Are you a big family gathering guy or a small family gathering guy?
Usually what we do is like my immediate family, we usually just do like a small Christmas kind of together, and then we'll do a larger Christmas maybe the next day, or like we'll usually meet as a small family maybe like on Christmas Eve or something, and then the larger family Christmas with cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents and all that stuff happens usually on Christmas with one side of the family or the other. So we kind of do both. It never gets like super big, but I don't know, maybe like 20 people maybe. About. So
that's huge.
Not compared to some people. I know some people have a lot bigger family Christmases than that. But yeah, I guess that's a good size. So that's kind of normal, what I've grown up with. So our Christmas tradition that's a little bit unique that we do in my family is I have some Dutch heritage in me. And so my parents have started this tradition with us where we celebrate Sinterklaas, which is a Dutch holiday that happens before Christmas. I think December 5th, maybe 5th and 6th. But basically what it is, the story goes back to a Saint Nicholas who lived in the Netherlands, and he went around one night and just dropped off a lot of gifts and money for poor people, kind of like did it under the cover of night, kind of the same way Santa Claus came about. And then the tradition is that the night before Sinterklaas comes, then you will put like carrots or other type of like food, like reindeer food, in your shoes or your wooden clogs, and then he'll come overnight and he'll take those and feed his reindeer, and he'll leave you with a little gift. So more like stocking stuffer kind of thing, or like something edible, and he'll leave those in your shoes the next day. And so we celebrate that. We think it's kind of fun just to do that. And then we usually do like we usually make ham balls for dinner. So it's like a Dutch meal that Literally, it's like meatballs, but it's made out of ham. And then
sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good. And then you put kind of a like a little bit of a sweet glaze over top of it too. So
it's kind of is it like a Kiev kind of, or?
Oh, I don't know what that is. No.
Kiev is like usually a ham ball with like some juice inside, and it's like breaded.
Not breaded. No, just baked.
Okay, not breaded. Okay.
Yep, just baked, and then it's got a glaze over top. So we usually do that in potatoes and some other vegetable too, or something. So we have a little bit of a nice little just family feast dinner as well. So very sweet, very dear tradition to me. So yeah. What about you?
Also looked it up. Apparently, Kiev is chicken usually. I just haven't had them in so long, dude. They're so good. My family used to have them all the time. Chicken, but they have like the juices inside. The Ukrainian, obviously. Chicken Kiev, very good.
How do you? Oh wait, that's right.
They're like breaded chicken, and then there's like they usually have like they're like stuffed with.
Oh, that looks really good.
They have like herbs and stuff. So when you cut them open, they'll like ooze everywhere.
Whoa, that looks really good. It's like chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah, kind of, except like more buttery than weirdly French. So. Yeah.
No, that looks delicious, dude.
Dude, they're good. Honestly, I have very fond childhood memories of the chicken Kievs.
If you have a recipe, I'll look up a recipe.
We probably even just used to buy them frozen from the Ukrainian market up the road. But
nice. That looks great.
Yeah, good times, dude. It's funny you mentioned 20 people being small. Most of my all my family lives in England. We moved to Canada when I was quite young, so we have no one else here. So every Christmas has just been my family, all four of us. That's it.
Oh, really? That's nice.
Yeah, which is really small. It is nice, but something that we've started to do, especially since my sister and I have been adults, is because we kind of miss out on the big family gathering. We often will invite people from work who like maybe we have a lot of immigrants in Canada, and sometimes a lot of people that are by themselves at Christmas. So we'll always like try to ask a couple of people that we like at work that are friends that maybe don't have family to spend time with. We'll each invite a couple people to Christmas and have like a big Christmas dinner with everyone. So we usually end up having like 12 to 15 people, and it's always nice. I think it's just a really nice thing that we do to like try and, share the spirit a little bit. And we kind of missed out on that big family thing. So like, this is our way of doing it. And we all like, know what it sucks to be alone on Christmas. So we do our best to just help out a little bit and make sure everyone gets some good food and play some games.
Yeah,
and that's great, it's one of my favorite nights of the year, honestly.
Yeah,
and so it's good. It's just something that we kind of missed out on by not having a huge family, and we miss the ones in England. We never get to go back for Christmas because it's usually too expensive, or we can't all get the time off. Like you need to donate, you need to allot a significant chunk of time to get to England and make it worth it.
Yeah, totally.
With how expensive flights are. So we tend to only be able to go in the summer. So a Christmas visit is kind of off limits. My mom and sister being nurses, and me being a school teacher is a bit easier for me. I get 2 weeks off, but then, my wife works at a store. So fiance, I mean, so she can't really get time off from her store.
Right.
So yeah, it's nice. At least we get, a little bit of a bigger gathering, but that's the tradition I wanted to share. And
that's awesome.
That's pretty much it for the chest room. We've it's been a good episode, Pop. I've liked, despite having to re-record, there's been some fresh material for us. We're the only ones who get to know the fresh material. But we hoped everyone liked it, and we're gonna do a New Year's wrap up on the next episode. So
yeah, well, have a Merry Christmas with your family and all the listeners out there, you guys too.
Take care. We'll see you.
Merry Christmas.
Week. Bye.
Hey guys, this is Hoyt. Sorry I couldn't make it to the Christmas re-record for the episode. I promise I'll be there for the next one, and just wanted to wish from my family to yours. Hope you have a great Merry Christmas and enjoy your time with friends and family.